Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you're watching TTV News, some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the morning of September 10, Mr. Nguyen Wit, Secretary of the Broadway Party Committee, and Mr. Phạm Hồng Thái, Deputy Secretary of the Broadway Party Committee and head of the Broadway National Assembly Delegation, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Hải, Deputy Secretary of the Broadway Party Committee and Chairman of the Vietnam Fallen Front Committee of the province, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, Standing Member of the Broadway Party Committee and Vice Chairman of the Broadway People Committee, together with the working delegation, expected potential venues for the first Provincial Party Congress 2025-2030 in the world.
The delegation surveyed a number of locations, including Hoi, Hopi, and the Provincial Party Committee meeting room, the reception hall, breakout discussion venues, the Provincial Square, and the Martyrs Memorial. At each site, the provincial leaders examined the facilities in detail and contributed suggestions to ensure the best preparations for this significant political event. According to the plan, the first Provincial Party Congress will take place at Hoi after the Provincial Party Committee campus tour from October 8 to 10.
Also on September 10, Mr. Nguyen Wit, Secretary of the Broadway Party Committee, expected to arrest, propose agenda and timeline for the inauguration ceremony at the Tân Minh Chai International Border Gate. Accompanying him, there were Mr. Phạm Thái, Deputy Secretary of the Broadway Party Committee and head of the Broadway National Assembly Delegation, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Hải, Deputy Secretary of the Broadway Party Committee and Chairman of the Vietnam Fallen Front Committee of the province, Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, Standing Member of the Broadway Party Committee and Vice Chairman of the Broadway People Committee. The Tân Nam International Border Gate project has a total investment of 274 billion Vietnam dong, consisting of 5 main components. According to the Tân Nam Provincial Project Management Board, the construction work has been basically completed and are scheduled to be handed over for use before September 30. Answering condition for the inauguration ceremony, earlier leaders of the Tân Province Vietnam and Brevan Province Cambodia have discussion and agreed to organize the inauguration ceremony at the Tân Minh Chai International Border Gate between October 20 and 30 on the national scale. Secretary Nguyen Wit commended the contractor, construction units, and the Broadway People Committee for their effort in pushing forward. The project is by difficult conditions and urgent requirements, thereby ensuring progress. He requested relevant unit to promptly complete the remaining item, ensuring harmony and royalty scale for the overall project.
Binhip Camille was from demerger of former Camille's. After more than 2 months, S2 level local government has operated smoothly and effectively. Located in Long An Border Gate Economic Zone with 2 industrial parks and ample public land, the Camille has favorable conditions for development. However, challenges remain as the economic zone's planning has not been fully adjusted and National Highway 62 has yet to be upgraded, limiting investment attraction. At the working session, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the Provincial Business Council Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng raised the Communist Party Committee for its efforts. He noted that in the next term, the province will prioritize the Tân An Binhip Road project, which will help improve infrastructure and boost investment opportunities. He urged the commune to stay proactive in tapping its advantages for stronger development.
Through many terms, generations of National Assembly delegates from the province have left important mark, contributing to the development of Vietnam's National Assembly and the transformation of their homeland. The persistent and responsible contribution have become a source of pride, providing motivation for current and future generations.
2026 will mark 80 years since the first generation election to elect Vietnam's National Assembly. This nearly century-long journey has affirmed the role and position of the National Assembly, always accompanying the nation through on historical periods. From the achievements of Vietnam's National Assembly, it can be seen that the contributions of the provincial National Assembly delegates are also an important part of that journey. Each term, delegates not only convey the will and aspirations of voters, to the parliamentary floor, but also dedicate much passion and wisdom to contribute to the homeland's development. For them, serving as National Assembly delegates is always an honor, but also carries great responsibilities. Having participated in two National Assembly terms and being involved in enacting laws and major policies of the party, the Assembly and the state on issues related to people's life is a tremendous responsibility for National Assembly delegates, and we also feel that during that time we need to make great efforts to make people's expectations. After years of returning to being ordinary citizens, we continue to follow National Assembly activities. Entering a new phase, generations of Taynan Provincial National Assembly delegates continue to affirm their pioneering role in participating in lawmaking and contribution wisdom to important decisions. The legacy of Rivers delegates is not only a source of pride, but also a foundation and motivation for future generations to inherit and develop in the course of building an increasingly prosperous Taynan homeland. From my perspective as a businessman, besides production and business activities contributing to the country, I also participated in the 11th term, 5 years participating in contribute law and opinions to make changes so that laws are suitable for economic development. I also hope that young people in the future will always, if they have the opportunity, participate and contribute to building our country to be prosperous and strong, especially Taynan province. Looking back at the 80-year journey, General Secretary Lam affirmed, the development part of Vietnam's National Assembly is a journey of steadfastness, reactivity, and continuous innovation. Accompanying that journey, generations of National Assembly delegates from Taynan province and former Long An, now Taynan, after unification, have left important milestones through each term, contributing to the country's major decisions and the homeland's transformation. These quiet yet persistent contributions have become part of Vietnam's National Assembly history, making us appreciate them even more when looking back. Today.
On the morning of September 3rd, Mr. Nguyen Yang Úc, Deputy Secretary of the Bronze Party Committee and Chairman of the Bronze People Committee, received and worked with the Công Biên Hòa Cho Stock Committee RES. Attending the meeting, there were Mr. Nguyen Lam, standing member of the Bronze Party Committee and Vice Chairman of the Bronze People Committee, along with leaders of Bronze departments and agencies. For the Taynan RES has been developing alongside the province for 56 years. The committee is now implementing a number of high-tech agriculture projects, and the progress is desired to continue cooperating with the province in building modern, sustainable, and globally integrated agriculture. At the meeting, RES proposed cooperation in digitalizing agriculture, building agricultural database, and expanding high-tech sugarcane and root cultivation. The company also secured support for a new sugar refinery and international production and trade hub, renewable energy expansion, as well as cross-border trade and logistic models in border area. Bronze Department and agency responded to the company concern and related issues. Chairman Mr. Nguyen Yang Úc affirmed that Taynan always stand by business, pledging to site cooperation program and assign responsibility to relevant department to facilitate implementation. He emphasized that the province will direct agency to resolve specific proposals, creating favorable conditions for RES to operate effectively. He also raised hope that RES will continue to accompany Taynan and make practical contribution to the province development.
Long An Portuguese Economic Zone was established in 2010 under the Prime Minister Decision No. 7 with a total area of 13,080 hectares, covering parts of former Kiến Tường Town, Mộc Hóa and Vĩnh Hưng districts. To date, Phase 1 of the technical infrastructure project has been completed, with facilities such as the traffic control station, parking areas, and connecting roads to the inland waterway port now in operation. while several phase 2 items are being finalized. The zone has attracted to FDI enterprises, creating stable jobs for over 2,000 workers, and two domestic projects with a total investment of nearly 120 billion Vietnam dong. Bình Hiệp International Border Gate has also been operating stably, facilitating import-export and trade between the two countries. In the first 6 months of this year, total trade value through the gate reached 162 million US dollar. During the survey, Mr. Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, standing Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee and Chairman of the Provincial Business Council, requested the management board of the economic zone, functional forces, and Bình Hiệp commune authorities to strengthen coordination in developing Long An Border Gate economic zone, thereby creating momentum for socio-economic growth in the Đồng Tháp 10 region.
On September 2, the Department of Domestic Market Management and Development under the Ministry of Industry and Trade, in coordination with the TayNinhTV Department of Industry and Trade, organized a conference on training human resources for border trade management and infrastructure development in Vietnam. At the event, experts shared comprehensive insight into key issues in developing border trade, emphasizing the importance of improving border gate, border market, and logistic infrastructure as the foundation to shorten custom clearance time, reduce costs, and enhance the competitiveness of Vietnamese goods. Representatives of association and enterprise also share experience in developing distribution systems in border area and practical lessons from import-export activity. They highlighted that if Vietnam leverages its advantage in agricultural supply while expanding its border market, the country will not only seek outlets for agricultural products but also create added value and promote sustainable development. Statistics show that in the first 7 months of 2025, trade turnover with Cambodia exceeded 2 billion USD, accounting for 11% of the total export value, up 17% compared to the same period last year. Ladies and gentlemen, from January 7, 2025, the 2024 Social Insurance Law officially takes effect. Accordingly, the minimum number of years of social insurance contribution to receive pension benefits and has been reduced from 20 years to 15 years. After 2 months of implementation, many people have begun to benefit after participating and contributing 15 years of social insurance. Mr. Lam, 63 years old, was formerly a self-employed worker. Previously, he was worried when approaching retirement age, but had not yet accumulated the requirement 20 years of social insurance participation under the old regulations. With the new policy, he officially became one of the first people to receive pension after 15 years of social insurance contributions. The amount of 2.6 million Vietnam dong per month helped him cover basic expenses when he no longer has the hard work. And he also received health insurance covering 95% of the medical treatment costs. Having pension makes life more stable and ensure I can afford traditional medicine costs. According to the amended 2024 Social Insurance Law, workers with 15 years of insurance participation will be entitled to pension. For women, the starting pension rate equals 45% of average salary. For men, it's 40%. The longer the contribution period, the higher the benefits, with a maximum risk of 75%. More importantly, pension recipients will be easier free health insurance costs for long-term healthcare. This policy considered an appropriate step in the context of rapid population aging. Actually promoting to provide society with information and every citizen understand the new law regarding pension reduction. The reduction in social insurance contribution year to receive pension has opened up a meaningful option. Accordingly, those who participated in social insurance, including non-continuous participants, have the opportunity to accumulate 50 years of social insurance contribution to receive pension benefits, where previously they would have only received a lump sum social insurance payment. This is clear evidence of the government's comprehensive social policy system, ensuring no one is left behind.
In August 2025, the total number of vehicles passing through toll collecting Portuguese in Jenin province reached more than 46,600, averaging about 1,500 vehicles per day, a slight increase compared to July. However, toll revenue was just over 52 billion Vietnam dong, down nearly 8% from the previous month. The decrease was attributed to a rise in import exporters, while the number of transit-rate vehicles declined, leading to more traffic volume but lower freight collections. From July 23 until now, nearly 290,000 vehicles have passed through 5 major Portuguese, including Mộc Bài, Sa Mát, Tân Nam, Bình Hiệp, and Chiang Rai, averaging around 1,200 per day. Toll revenue is stated 334 billion Vietnam dong, surpassing the annual estimate by 31%. This figure shows that cross-border activity in Jenin remains vibrant, making a positive contribution to the provincial budget.
Bade Mountain, known as the Robe of Southern Vietnam, has long been a renowned spiritual and tourist destination in the province. In recent years, continuous investment in tourism infrastructure, including a modern cable car system, festival spaces, landscape area, and supporting service, has significantly enhanced the visitor experience. According to the management board by the National Tourist Area, the final months of the year are typically the peak season, attracting a large number of pilgrimage groups as well as leisure travelers. It's expected that total visitor number in 2025 will surpass those of 2024, further affirming Bade Mountain position as one of the leading spiritual and ecotourism destinations in southern Vietnam. Ladies and gentlemen, on Robinson Road DT785, the section from Tân World to Tân Kamun, Tân Province, and several traffic signal posts, authorities have installed warning signs starting. In 2024, this route had 20 fatalities due to traffic accidents. This is a reminder of the potential accidents risk for vehicles traveling on this road section. Notably, many segments of Road 785 show signs of damage and deterioration. Investigation has found that this route has been in use for a long time, so many sections are now deteriorating with potholes appearing and damage as first surface. During the rainy season, local flooding conditions like this occur, despite multiple maintenance and repair for. These are only temporary solutions and damage quickly reoccurs. It can be seen that the traffic volume is too large, especially heavy-duty vehicle and container truck, while the road, despite having 4 lanes, has become overloaded to rapid socio-economic development and risk activities of factories, industrial zone, and agricultural dust transportation in the district and neighboring areas. This road gets very flooded when it's rain and is severely damaged. There have been several fatal accidents, and the road has many potholes. Traffic volume is very heavy, especially trucks at this time. They have been repaired, but long-term solutions are needed before it returns to the same condition. This road is overloaded, very crowded with vehicles. It's been nearly 20 years in production. Heavy vehicle wreck here, causing road subsidence. If it could be widened, it would benefit the people. Although the DT785 road upgrade project is scheduled for implementation during 2025-2030, given the current condition of the route, residents hope that authority will consider celebrating the timeline. This aims to synchronize transportation infrastructure, minimize accidents, and simultaneously re-enter momentum for socio-economic development in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for watching and see you next time.